everybody, and welcome to week 21 of the Fantasizers podcast. Boys, claps all around. Claps around. Oh, my goodness gracious. God, we're so successful and so handsome. As always, I have my less handsome, but he's getting there, co-host Christopher Michael. Chris, dude, how you doing, man?
I'm not sure I like that introduction,
They're getting
but
better.
I will say that I am happy to be here. I cannot believe it is the 21st episode, and I cannot believe what the hell happened this weekend in football. But I guess that's what the playoffs are all about. Am I right?
You're not kidding. I'm going to be honest. There were some outcomes I didn't like, but they were great games. And I don't think we didn't have a game this past week that was a blowout, wasn't entertaining. Every single one,
Right.
whether you like the teams or not or whatever. But I mean, it was fun. It was entertaining. It was all get out.
Yeah, and it started with Cincy, right? Cincy, Tennessee, right down to the wire. It wasn't an overtly. It wasn't like the last game of the weekend, right? It was a little bit different. We kind of knew that with Tennessee and the way they, their defense runs and how, they got some big boys up front. Joe Burrow, I thought, did a fairly good job in that game for a young kid. He had not the greatest QB rating on both sides of the ball. Joe Burrow at a 28.2, and then Tannehill at a 10.4, so a lesser of the two there. But I mean, again, a last second field goal. Cincy moves on. It's exciting to see a team like Cincy to move on. It has been 30 plus years, right? So it's exciting to see them.
I see my whole outlook changes, and I don't know if it's with the fan base or what. I feel like my outlook is different, but as soon as it's playoff football, I don't care about QBR. I don't care about that. I care about, are they a gamer and are they going to get you the win? And you know that's what Burrow did. He got them a win, and that's the mentality that it should be, is win by any means necessary, and he did that. So I'm not too worried about the QBR or what that means for what MVP could be or anything along those lines. But
Well, you wanted to call him out. That was your hot take, wasn't it? The MVP with Burrow, was that you?
that was Brandon Lee. No,
Okay.
yeah, it was totally me. No, that was our better. He called that from early on, but he might actually get that. So like I said, I don't worry about QBR. Worry about the wins. He got the win.
Yeah.
Another MVP candidate didn't. So just saying.
You jumped straight into our second game, right? So
Yep.
we talk about a last second field goal. Unbelievable, huh? Unbelievable this next game. I did not see Aaron Rodgers going down at home, but he did. And Goatee Guru is excited about that. I know he's dancing in on screen right now. It's just disgusting. It really is. It's disgusting.
He's really not coordinated. But anyways, it's no, I expected Green Bay to win this game, but I've said it. I give the Niners credit. They're not a cupcake team. They're
No.
hard nosed and they're gritty and they will fight. They're strong. So who knows? They might win again. I don't know, man. I don't know. There's a chance, but
It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. They're out. I mean, obviously they're meant to be here, right? But it doesn't make sense. They go to Green Bay. I called the snow last show. I called the snow, and Hollywood is over there thinking, "What an idiot! He doesn't know what he's talking about." About this nor'easter coming up the coast, and it probably wasn't that. It probably wasn't that at all. But it was snow. They had snow on the ground. It was freezing, single-digit temperatures, and Green Bay knows that place. And here comes a team from San Francisco with a quarterback that hasn't played in a game under 40 degrees. Not in a game under 40 degrees. And he comes in and he does, just enough to win, just like he does every week, just enough to win. And they pull it off.
And that goes back to my viewpoint in the playoffs. You just got to win. And
Yep.
Jimmy Garoppolo kind of fits that mold where he's gonna get you a win. He's not gonna do it flashy. He's not gonna be, this huge, stat stud, but he's gonna get you a win. He's gonna do the right things when he needs to, and kind of, that's what happened. Aaron Rodgers, I wasn't impressed with him at all. I thought he kind of laid down and died, to be honest. So that's my take on that game. But
well, they score a touchdown, right? That was the first possession of the game. I'm thinking, this isn't good for San Francisco, and so couldn't have been more wrong.
that's right.
That's
right.
Unbelievable. So so here we go. Let's go right into Sunday here, right? The Rams take on I would say Goliath of all quarterbacks, right? Mm-hmm. And they win. They come out and they win, right? Unbelievable.
What a year Cooper Kupp has had.
He's the man.
He is unbelievable. It is like I don't think I've ever seen a wide receiver have this good. Like in me actively watching, an NFL season and everything, like this has got to be the best wide receiver season I've ever seen. And personally, right? So you may have a different opinion, but I mean, what a stud. What a stud. Stafford he's proving.
Oh, that was your guy.
I love Stafford. Yeah, I do. I love Stafford.
I mixed you and Brandon up. I don't know why.
I do.
Yeah, that's your MVP take, right? And
I like Stafford a lot, and he's proving exactly what I've said from the get-go. He is a quarterback. He just needed the team, and he's got the team now, and there he is. So,
look, Kupp had 9 receptions, 183 yards, and a touchdown in a huge game. And the one thing that that kind of drives me crazy as a coach, right, is this guy has been doing it all year, right? You can't shut him down. You can't throw 2 guys at him. Like take out the guy that is the best player on the field, right? The best receiver. Take him out. Belichick does that consistently. You wonder why he's such a great coach. He's going to take out your best player. Beat him with someone else.
When you are that good, you don't take them out, right?
I think it was bad. I think it wasn't a very good defensive game plan put together by Tampa Bay. I'm not mad. I like the Rams. They're a likable team.
Most likable team.
I will say, what a comeback! What a freaking comeback they had.
Yeah. Yep. That was awesome. It really was. Tom Brady almost snuck out. Almost snuck out another one, but I'm pretty glad to say that he didn't. It's time for a new face, I think. Right? I mean, yeah. That's my take. But let's get to the last game because I don't want to, but let's get to it.
Game that pissed me off the most. I'm not, as a New Yorker, this one pissed me off. 13 seconds on the freaking clock. Bills are up 3. How do they get a shot at a field goal here? How the hell does that happen?
For one, it's embarrassing, right? You have 13 seconds. You should be able to stop them from getting in field goal range. You should know that Patrick Mahomes and his stupid hair is going to look for the big dumb idiot right down the middle of the field. And that's what it is. Tyreek Hill, if he gets one and he could get a little dump and try to run, but if you're sitting back, you're going to be able to cut him off at some point, right? So why are we not looking for Travis Kelce right down the center of the field? He found the open spot and he made a good catch. I'll give it to him, but he's such a big dumb idiot that I hate him with all get out.
I thought that someone said it right. why not squib kick this thing or pooch it to the 10?
Exactly.
Why? These guys are explosive, and Tyreek Hill is the fastest guy in the league. If not pretty darn close. I mean, these guys are explosive. You got to take time off the clock any way possible, right? And they did not do that, and it did bite them. And I also, as a Giants fan, I hate prevent defenses. I hate them. They just prevent you from winning. That's what they do, and they did that to the Bills this weekend. But again, what a game, and we can talk back and forth. I know you've heard this on every freaking station this week. The overtime rules have to change. They don't have to change in the regular season. They got to change in the playoffs because sometimes the better team might not come out on top. And it seems like every time there's a kind of a game like this that goes into overtime. Actually, I think I saw a stat on this. The last 11 overtime games in the playoffs, I think it was, 9 of them were decided on the toss, or 7 were decided on the toss, right? And then 9 of them, I guess, were won later in overtime. I don't know. It's just, to me, Bills are going to go down and score. They're tied. It's going to come down to who's going to make the first mistake, who's going to make the first bad throw, who's going to fumble the ball, but
That's right.
Is what it is. Bills go down. It seems like, and I feel bad for Bills, Mafia Nation there because they have been hurting for a long, long time, and they're going to hurt for another year.
That's right. Yeah, I felt really bad for Josh Allen. That guy balled out and just can't. It doesn't get done, and you don't blame him. Defense gave it up in the both at the end of the fourth and in the overtime. So it happened.
Yep.
But,
all right, so let's go right to our pick'ems, huh?
Let's do it.
Enough about this game. It's going to piss me off the rest of the night. I'm done. I'll just get off air. I don't even care. I'm just so mad about that. I'm kidding. I'm not going to get off air. But let's talk about pick'ems. Last week, and this is, let's bring the crew in on this, huh? Goatee Guru from New York, Hollywood from Southern PA, and Brandon Lee, Pittsburgh. Welcome, boys. Welcome.
Welcome.
What up, TFP Nation?
Good to be back.
You guys, you could talk all day long about that Bills game. You absolutely could.
Crazy.
Yep.
I'd much rather talk about that than the pick'ems.
Sure.
Yeah, let's talk about that though, huh? Hollywood. So Hollywood and I, we were 6-0 the first weekend, where Josh, Brandon Lee, and Goatee were all 5-1. Looking at last week, it was a little bit of a disaster for, actually, I would say all of us, but some of us kept this going here. Goatee went 2-2. He got Cincy. He got, of course, his stupid Niners. Right. So he got those 2 games right. He picked Tampa and Buffalo. Obviously, got those 2 losses there. So he goes to 7-3. Okay. Myself, I got Cincy right. I didn't get the rest. I get nothing else. I 1-3. I go from 6-0 to 7-3. Josh, our host, beautiful, just a beautiful host. He got Cincy, and he picked the Rams. He went with the Rams. Green Bay, he went with Buffalo. He got lost there. 2-2. That pushes him to 7-3. Brandon Lee picks Cincy, and the son of a bitch picks Kansas City, right? He goes with KC against all odds. Well,
I felt like I got bullied out of my pick. I wanted to pick KC too.
Well, yeah. Well, you got bullied around. Yeah, not good.
Grow some cojones, man.
You remember I believe I said Kansas City scores 23, and I was going to say Buffalo less, and you guys all looked at me funny, and I said, okay, Buffalo 30.
Well, you shouldn't have went with the people. 2-2, right? So Brandon gets he gets the Tampa Bay game wrong and the Green Bay game wrong. So he's 2-2. So Brandon goes to 7-3, right? So we're all tied. Let's talk about Hollywood here, huh? Hollywood is 6-0 coming in this week. Hollywood picks Tennessee. He picks Green Bay. He picks the Rams, and then he goes with Buffalo. That is a big donut on the board there. Big
No,
over
yeah.
Pretty sure that's one win.
4.
One win.
Yeah, you got the Rams.
You got the Rams.
Oh, you picked the Rams. I'm sorry. He 1 for 3. I was looking at the wrong one. 1 for 3. So he goes to 7-3 as well. We are tied going into the championship weekend. Unbelievable, guys. I mean, you can't make this shit up. How good are we?
It's why we're the experts, you know.
That's right.
Damn right. That's right. So let's talk about championship weekend, huh? We're gonna start with our better on this one
Oh yeah.
because Brandon Lee thinks he's so good, picking 79% on the season. Let's see how he does this weekend, huh? Conference championship. We got Cincinnati Bengals going to the Kansas City Chiefs. It's a 3 p.m. game.
That does matter.
Is
Matters.
there a nor'easter coming through?
That really changes my thought on that.
Their stadium is built north and south, not east and west like Dallas.
Yeah, that's right. Dude, I'm sticking with him. I've stuck with him all season, like half the season to the postseason. Cincinnati Bengals going to the Super Bowl.
Oh baby. I didn't think I thought you were gonna say Kansas City, to be honest. But stupid idiot. Next, we're gonna go to our goatee guru because these two think they're the best in the world. Brandon Lee thinks he's great, and so does Goatee. So
I know it.
Goatee.
I know it, though. He thinks I know.
I got you.
So no, I am sticking with, and hey, this kind of sets me up. Think I'm the best in the world. What I said I wanted the Super Bowl to be from the very beginning of the playoffs. Cincinnati Bengals win this game.
Oh, Cincy. All right, Hollywood, all the way in that corner of yours. What do you got?
Well, I mean, obviously, if you can't tell, this is now a Cincinnati Bengals podcast. We're all Cincinnati all the way for the Super Bowl win. Let's go Cincinnati. My pick this week is Kansas City.
We're
All
all
right.
about Cincinnati here, boys. We're all
Our
about
wonderful-
Cincinnati.
Oh, that's funny.
That
That's
is good.
funny. Our wonderful, or he thinks he's wonderful host, Joshua Dean. Who are you going with?
Gotta do it, man. Gotta do it. I'm gonna be with Hollywood. I'm gonna choose that big dumb idiot. Kansas City wins this one,
Wow.
and I'm not happy about it.
Wow. So, anybody want to ask me? Anybody want
What do you got?
Who
Like
you got?
taking the Kraken.
I am going with Kraken. No, I am actually going to go with Cincinnati here. I think the way this season has gone, who you think's going to win ain't going to win. So I'm going Cincy. Or who's a better team?
jinxed
I don't know.
us
Something
all.
like that. Brandon, I did, Brandon. Thank you. Thanks for picking with me. Here we go. 49ers go to LA. Not too far.
You'll hear more
Not
about
too far.
this in my segment, but I'm going with the 49ers this week.
It is a 6:30 p.m. game, Brandon. Does that matter still on your pick, or
Son of a bitch.
you gonna recalculate?
Crunching the numbers.
That's just stupid.
No,
49ers.
49ers.
All right. Goatee. Do I even have to ask Goatee who you got?
Like I said on a previous podcast, I said I thought a wild card team wins the Super Bowl this year. Now there's only one remaining. And I said I thought the 49ers faced the Bengals in the Super Bowl. So I'm taking the Niners to go in to Levi's Stadium South. And if you don't know what I mean by that, just look at the last time they played the Niners and see how much red was in that stadium. And beat the Rams for the third time this year. Go try to get some revenge. Maybe send Jimmy Garoppolo off on a nice high note to wherever the hell he goes after us.
I guess you don't want him back, do you? Okay.
No, I didn't say that. I just expect it.
You would just kind of, I felt it in your voice a little bit that you just
Yeah.
don't want him back.
You hate him. You hate him.
Nope.
You don't.
You
believe
don't
him?
like him.
Nope.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
heard
like-
him the other day. He did say "fuck Jimmy Garoppolo."
I did not say that at all.
No, he said I would.
That's
Oh,
possible.
oh.
That's possible. Look at that man.
Oh, he's a beautiful man.
He is beautiful.
That is the worst thing that could happen if you have a girlfriend or wife or any significant other, is if she runs into Jimmy Garoppolo. That's probably the biggest nightmare for most men.
All right, Hollywood, what do you got, man? What do you got?
Yeah, I've got something to send Jimmy Garoppolo off with. An L. There's no way they're beating the Rams 3 times in the year. Rams.
Josh, it's a 6:30 game. Remember that. Just remember.
I gotta go with my gut here. It's my boy Matt Stafford, and it's that stud Cooper Kupp, and I think that the Rams run over this team. I think so. No, I don't think. I actually think it's probably a close game, but I got the Rams.
Okay. Anybody want to ask?
All right, that was a great
What's our
segment,
next segment?
guys.
Anybody wanna
Oh,
ask
What do
me?
you got?
Thanks, man. I
Chris, what do you have?
Chris, make the right decision. Make the right decision.
I will. I'm going to make the right decision, and I think it is going to be a blowout, and I think the Rams win. That's what I think.
Ooh.
Sorry,
Can they both get disqualified?
I don't think Garoppolo can hang. I don't think.
Fair.
He's hung 6 times in his career against them. He's 6-0 against them, so I think he's doing okay.
No, we know he's hung. We just don't think he can
He's,
stay with Matt
He's,
Stafford on the field.
I think it's going to come down to turnovers, and I do think Jimmy maybe has one in the game. But for as much as Stafford gets praised, Stafford is a very mistake-prone quarterback.
Oh, that's bull. That's it.
Come on.
I'm done with this segment. I'm
Okay,
done.
we won in week 18 because Stafford threw a pick on the last drive where he had to
We're
score.
done. Get out of
We
here.
didn't
All
care
right,
about week 18.
we're done.
That's it. I'm done. We're gonna move on. That's it. Picks are in. I'm done. Let's send it to break, and send your kids to bed because for God knows that Hollywood's coming up, and who knows what the hell he's got for us. So send your kids to bed.
There you go.
That's it. Adios.
Adios. All right. Good. This week is a YouTube only week because your host forgot to hit the record button for the podcast. So we are YouTube only for this week.
For the opening segment.
That's how we're gonna do it.
No, but
That was such a good opening segment too.
it was.
Well, guess what? Halfway through, even before we went to our picks, I went to check the time because it's kind of running a little bit longer than I thought. I went and it just says big red button says record. I'm like,
I probably should. Yeah.
I probably should do that. Yeah, I should.
As soon as Chris hit record on the video, you went right into your hello, and I was like, he didn't hit his record, I bet.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's
I was thinking about that because on the last week, because I was trying to get his hello in that screen recording, and it was so close to when the video actually started that I was like, "Good God, what did they do? Time that together?" You know, I was like, "Jesus."
Dude, I'm telling you. So it's actually Chris's fault because he gave me a countdown, and I was too wrapped up in making sure I was on cue.
You were procrastinating.
So it's actually his fault, not mine. And that is how you.
He was
gaslight.
I wasn't even, not even drinking.
He was
I don't even know.
pro-castrating.
You were
Castrated
He's
myself.
a professional castrator.
Oh my God, I did.
Oh shit!
It is late.
So, but it's like not a big deal, right? Because like no one
no,
watches
yeah,
our-
no, it's
no one
cool.
listens to our podcast anyway.
So, yeah.
Oh, really? We're not getting like that much going on Spotify and stuff.
No, it's all going to YouTube.
Cool.
Except now it's like the end of the football season and no one really cares anymore. They hate us.
He's just saying that to make himself
Yeah,
feel
they
better.
just turn
Because
their
we're the
backs on us.
Fantasizers
We know,
podcast.
but
and
we
there's
know
no
that Party
fantasy.
Pete doesn't turn his back. Party Pete will stay with us forever.
Party Pete
Right.
actually he has been very active and I like it.
Party
I
Pete's
love it.
Party Pete's a true subscriber.
Oh, you know what? He actually sent a text message that said last week was the best episode yet.
Nice.
And he said that he loved
Probably Hollywood's nastiness.
he loved Hollywood's Corner.
Sickening.
So,
Sickening.
It was a good corner, yeah.
but
Which is a good segue into Hollywood's Corner.
that's exactly right. We don't even have to give countdown. We don't have to do anything. But all right, we're back. Welcome back. How we doing? We are gonna go right into Hollywood's Corner. Put your kids to bed.
Sorry,
Just-
I forgot we're not on Spotify, so this works.
Well, I'm trying to. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Please, God, Hollywood, man. Hey, how you doing? Listen, how are you? Very well done.
I can see he's got the Bush NA again.
Of course. Guys, I can't talk about this stuff, without it. You got to wash the sin away. Wash the sin away. Cheers.
Cheers to that.
So, as you guys know, I had one topic in mind that we're actually going to roll out later down the road, kind of when football quiets down, and it's going to help us fill some time. So, I kind of racked my brain a little bit. I said, "Well, what's something I would like to talk about?" And it hit me like a boner, like a big dick. Dick Butkus. Oh my God. Let's talk about some of the worst, most unfortunate names in sports. And I say Dick Butkus because he's not going to be on my list because that one's way too easy. That's low-hanging fruit. That's just a little dick hanging there waiting to be plucked, and it's too easy. Everybody knows Dick Butkus is a hilarious name. So I've got some gems for you that I guarantee you have not heard of. You guys ready to just jump right in? You guys just want to jump right in?
I'm not
Let's
sure.
go. You're sure?
I'm
Okay.
so
I'm
ready.
ready.
I got my own ready. I'm so ready.
So here's we're going to start out. Great major league pitcher. Came in for the Red Sox. Fuck the Red Sox. Then he got his shit together and he went over to the Mariners. Good old Dick Pole. Dick Pole was such a great pitcher. Oh my God. Now, let's go back to football because we're a big football podcast here. Browns and Colts running back. Good old Ben Gay.
I use that stuff on my muscles.
That's unfortunate in two ways. Speaking of two ways, here's an NFL wide receiver for the Browns. Apparently, the Browns just like people with terrible names. They're like, oh, if you have a name and it sounds really silly and dirty, we want you because they picked up a wide receiver by the name of Fair Hooker.
Oh, they're not good, but they're fair. Yeah.
They're fair. I was thinking price, and
Yeah, they're fair. They're reasonable.
Right.
I can't
the only
stand
kind
an
that really-
expensive hooker, but a fair hooker, I'm
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah,
What
so
can I get
fine.
for a Klondike bar? You know what I mean?
Right.
Why do you have melted Klondike bars in your car? I don't.
You never know.
Yeah. Now this athlete, it's very fitting that she won a gold medal in 2000 for swimming in Sydney, because this was actually what when girls in high school saw me, they said that this is the effect that it had. So her name, Misty Hyman.
You got to set that one up, Buzz.
That's great.
That's good, right? Yeah.
I like
Good
it.
old Misty Hyman. Not to be outdone, this 2-time gold medalist and 2-time bronze medalist in the Olympics, playing ping pong out of China, Wang Licken. Oh, shit. Guys, I love this.
Oh my god.
This was one of the most fun deep dives, and the unfortunate thing is I had to throw my laptop just in a body of water afterwards, because I came up with these names, but then I wanted to do a little research and get a little background on these people, so I had to Google search, Wang Licken and Fair Hooker. And luckily there are some in my area.
Did it?
So that's which brings me to my next point after the Fair Hooker. The defensive back out of from the Boston Patriots, Dick Felt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's
Mhm.
good. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Going back to that hooker theme, actually currently playing in the WNBA, she was drafted by the Phoenix Mercury, shooting guard Dawana Boner.
Oh, dang it. I have her too.
You want a boner? You want a boner?
I got a boner. Dawana Boner.
You want a boner?
Jeez.
Now this one is just super fun. I love this one, and it's perfect that he so many gold medals, silver medals, bronze medals all over the world, but he has a gold medal from London, the 2012 Olympics, for trampolining. Good old ding dong dong. Dong dong
Dong dong?
dong dong. Yeah.
Dong square, double the dong.
Yeah. The parents were like, you know what? His last name's already Dong. Let's not forget it. We're just going to double that up.
That's right.
So one more real quick, and then I've got a bonus one I'm sorry. I got more. Sorry. Nope. Scratch that. So here's two that are very hard to find because they really didn't do a whole lot. I threw this guy on there just because, one, his name is perfect, but two, he hails from Seychelles, which I'm sure most of you don't know, but it is a little tiny island off the coast of Africa. And I've actually been there, and it's gorgeous, beautiful. Did not meet this guy. I really wish I would have. Gaylord Silly. He's a marathon runner from Seychelles.
He's just so silly.
Yeah. Here's
I'd
an
run away from
athlete.
people too if I was a name that.
Right. So I feel really bad for this guy. Not only does he have a terrible name, but he also played college football as a linebacker, but unfortunately went undrafted. Poor guy. Luscious Pussy.
No.
Can you spell the last name?
It's Poussey. But yes.
No, I'm pretty sure it's definitely not Lucius.
Yeah, he just
Pussy.
played recently.
Did he?
No
Yeah.
way.
Not from what I found.
I
That
swear,
luscious
unless
pussy
it's
has
not the
been
same
put to
guy.
rest.
There was a guy that I was just watching on TV in the last couple of years.
Oh, I was watching
That was-
some luscious
that-
pussy on TV a couple years ago.
And his last name was Pussy. So I thought that's who you were talking about.
No. So the last one I have, and I know Christopher Michael's over there waiting for me to throw this out. I know he's wanting me. So this harkens back to when ESPN and SportsCenter was good, back when like Dan Patrick and Keith Olbermann were there, because they would throw this guy's name out in everything. They'd be like, and the such and such won the Kentucky Derby, and in fourth place, Dick Trickle. Dick Trickle was like their favorite go-to guy. They'd throw him in any race just to say the name Dick Trickle. Never won a NASCAR race, never. But he did win Rookie of the Year in the '89 season at the age of 48.
Hey,
He also,
he owned that persona of that name too.
oh, absolutely.
So
didn't
much
know
so
this
that he was in
until
the clinic all the time.
Right. I didn't know this too, but he had a specially designed helmet, and NASCAR allowed it with a hole so that he could smoke during races. And they actually allowed him to smoke during caution laps. I swear to God.
Sponsored by Miller Lite too. That was
Yep, Miller Lite, smoking cigarettes. He had his car specially outfit with cigarette lighters so he could smoke during NASCAR races. Fucking champion.
No wonder he never won.
Yeah, I know, right? So that's what I have. That obviously there's a lot more out there, a lot more like the obvious ones, and I didn't go into the nicknames, right? Coco Crisp, that's a nickname. That's not his real name. That's just kind of what Milton Bradley. I mean, it's a very popular board game maker. Why wouldn't you want to be named Milton Bradley? So I didn't throw those in there. But who's got some that I missed?
I got a fun one. I really like this name. I'm not sure if he ever played in the that was perfect. I'm not sure if he ever played in the majors. But how about Stubby Clapp? That's a fantastic name.
Stubby Clapp. Yes, the great third base coach.
Yep. So, and then I had just a couple more. I remember that watching this person on TV during the Olympics. And I just always thought the name was so stupid, but she was good. So, Peekaboo Street. Remember Peekaboo Street?
I do.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but that name haunted me.
Yeah, but she was also pretty good looking, if I remember correctly. So it kind of
not bad. Not bad. So there was another. I was just while you were talking, I was looking up a few, and I don't know who this person is. I will be totally honest, no clue who this person is. But this name made me look twice, and no pun intended, because the person's name is Have a Look Dubé. Literally, have-a-look Dubé. Have a look Dubé.
Oh, why not? Have a look.
Yeah.
hey,
He's a Zimbabwean soccer player.
Yeah, I guarantee, like, if you do some digging, you find his real name, it's probably it's definitely not spelled that way, but the pronunciation is probably similar to that. And since we're dumb Americans, we're like, I don't know what that says. There's too many consonants.
Have a
and
look,
vowels. They're like,
But-
have a look, Dubé.
And then the one I showed you guys prior to going on live, Chief Kicking Stallion Sims.
Yeah.
I like that.
He's a basketball player from Alabama State, and
So
he looks like he'd kick some Stallion Sims.
I found a basketball player. I don't know if he made it to the NBA, or if he did. It's not a team that I heard of, or they changed cities or something. I don't remember. But his name was Chubby Cox.
Yep.
Yep. Two baseball. Got an old Phillies pitcher, Steve Sharts.
Good name.
Love that.
I've heard
Yeah.
Chubby Cox and Chubby Clapp.
Sharts.
Dick Sizzler. You know,
Yep.
the old Reds
The
manager.
old Dick Sizzler.
Yeah. He was around. Probably I have two favorites on this list, but free safety for the Detroit Lions, Harry Colon. Sorry.
Nice.
And then you do know I live in Pittsburgh, so I had to do a Steelers quarterback, Dick Shiner.
Nice.
What a terrible job. I hate that job.
You know, sometimes you draw the short straw.
I'll tell you what, pays well.
Sometimes you're in a bathroom and you got to look through the stall, and there it is, Dick Shiner.
That's how you get a Dick Shiner is when you're looking through the stall, making eye contact.
And then probably my favorite head coach of all time, just because of his name, because of how redneck and country it begins and then just ends fantastic. Jim Bob Cooter.
Jim Bob Cooter
Nice.
was a good
Yeah.
name.
That is
Jim
a
Bob
great name.
Jim Bob Cooter.
That was a good name.
Great. That's good.
So true story. So I never understood, like, if your name's Richard, why would you change it to Dick? I mean, that's a very popular way to go, right? But if your last name is not something that, you know, should follow the word Dick, maybe don't do that. Like Shiner, Dick Shiner. No, keep it Richard Shiner, right? True story, my guest book at my wedding has a gentleman's signature that he attended my wedding by the name of Dick Ryder.
So
Why? Why would you go by the name Dick if your last name is Ryder?
another true story. My mother used to work for a man who went by Dick, and his real last name was Dingleberry. So why would you go by Dick? And he wore it proudly. He was
No,
Dick
that
Dingleberry.
one I strongly say yes. That is Dick Dingleberry is exactly what I would do as well.
Can you imagine? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, what? Oh my god!
I do have to say,
I got another Dick Dingleberry.
he was a really good guy. I didn't know him very well when my mom worked for him, but later on I met him through some other events, and he was a really good guy. He actually passed away not too long ago, but yeah, he
really bring down.
he owned that name though. He owned it.
We were having fun.
I was
I'm
about to
sorry.
keep going. I was about to keep going, saying, "Man, I gotta take a shower." You know, it's the third one I found this week.
Sorry, but no, I just wanted to throw that out there. But
I was gonna talk about fair Dick Shiners.
Got real dark in the corner, and I didn't bring it on this time. So host and co-host, I'm sorry, Brandon Lee. Did you have any more?
Oh no! I definitely saved Jim Bob Cooter for last.
All right, perfect. I love saving the cooter for last.
Yeah.
Josh, what you got? What you working on? You're just zen in your garden, aren't you?
I'm zenning, man. I'm zenning. I'm really zenned out.
Nice.
I didn't have any. And my reasoning is I started to realize I didn't care and I didn't want to do it.
No, I feel it. I feel you.
I don't think he understood the assignment.
I basically I tried emailing the professor saying that I had a doctor's appointment, but
This is how he made it through college too.
you didn't.
I don't know how he did.
I
do.
Beats me.
I wondered why you sent me that picture with no pants on again. You know, and it was to get out of the assignment.
No, that was completely unrelated.
Oh, right.
Yeah, no.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
that's-
you definitely want to get that Dick Dingleberry figured out.
That's right. Maybe my co-host can pick me up. Did you have anything?
I just want to know if you guys know any
He did
fair
not.
Dick Shiners.
I thought it was fair.
No,
It's
but we know
a fair hooker.
Fair hooker.
I know. I
Oh,
wanted to add into that.
I'm
How
kind of
about this?
curious as to what a Dick Sizzler would be.
Yeah, that is different.
It sounds painful.
I'm more interested about this Dick Ryder.
Is that like the pop rocks and the? Yeah, we'll get into that later.
How about Diego Faggot?
It's
The guy.
It's not bad.
I told you to quit calling me that. See, I'm not going to get us canceled, guys. I'm
No.
telling you right
Oh,
now.
I'm sorry. I know. It's
I was gonna say, I don't know if you
the
can.
go.
It looks like a bad word that
It's
you know we don't.
FAGOT.
Yes, it is not. It is not a good looking last name. But it's not how it's pronounced.
Can I throw one more out there?
I
Just because,
really think it is, though.
I'm
I've heard people
American.
want to say
I'm an
it.
idiot. I don't.
Can I throw one more out there? Just because it's not necessarily comical in the same sense as these other ones, but for the position the guy plays. What about Scott Blewett, the kicker? I mean, that's a terrible name for a kicker. Blewett.
That is not.
Yeah,
a
that's
on.
bad.
And he was really bad.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
doesn't have a job
yeah,
right
he
now.
wasn't great, that's for sure.
He got like 3 of his first 4 kicks blocked because he kicks it so
God.
low.
Just blew it.
Yeah, that's you're setting yourself up for failure. If your last name's Blewett, do not go out for the
Could you
football team to
imagine
be a
being
kicker.
could you
Just don't
imagine
do it.
being a fan like, all right, come on, Blewett, you got this, man. You got it. When is
Yeah.
the game?
If your
Yeah.
last name's Blewett,
I blew it.
join the balloon animal club or something.
He blew it.
Dog.
Or you could always go into porn too if you wanted. With that last name, but
No, God, son of a bitch, he blew it.
Come here, Blewett. No, don't blow it. What are you doing, Blewett? What are you doing?
He blew it.
if you wanted, yeah, balloon animals or adult films. That's about the only thing you can do with that name.
Or
Why-
both.
Damn it, get Chubby Pox in there.
Or
Yeah,
both, yeah.
Why limit yourself? Start a
Why
new
did our
genre.
why did our like imitations of their fans go like it was the people from South Park?
I think that was just you doing that.
I thought you
That
were
is
doing that
you.
on purpose. No, I think
Yeah.
Brandon Lee jumped in with the Cartman.
Yeah. They took their germs. Yeah, he blew it. Oh God.
Well, that's the corner, and since we're not on Spotify, I guess we can just keep
There's the corner, and
keep this up. So
and let me. Boop, boop, beep. All right, guys, some good recording there.
yeah, so I was gonna say actually, how pissed off do you think Justin Tucker is sitting there watching these 4 games all come down to the kicker at the end, and he was sat twice to lose games that kept him out of being in that situation.
Yeah, why would you not
You
put
know,
him on the field?
I almost feel like it came down to a decision by the organization. Like, listen, we're not going to put him out there for these big kicks because otherwise we're going to have to pay this guy insane amount of money. Like, he's already the best kicker. He's already the highest paid, but he's going to be like, look, I don't miss, so pay me more. You know? So, I don't know.
Yeah, well,
I can be
Actually-
in our own red zone, and I can make this damn kick.
that's right.
He would do what Kyle Juszczyk did. You know, the fullback position's kind of gone by the wayside.
Brzezinski.
Coming back a little bit, but fullback's kind of disappeared for a while. And Kyle Juszczyk got paid absurd amount of money because he's a fullback / tight end / running back /
So let's.
kicker, holder on a kick. Field
So
goal.
go-
I want to go into if you guys don't mind, and I know you do, but I don't give a shit. I'd like to investigate that a little further because I'm perplexed on that. Where did the fullback position go? Is that now the 2 tight end set, or is that? I mean,
It's
why
more-
is that?
It's more the fact that offenses wanted to go to more spread offenses, so they wanted that 3rd receiver, sometimes 4th receiver on the field, and the fullback position was the one that getting cut because your fullback position in most cases is just like a lead blocker, you know. So if you're not playing out of the I formation or the strong weak, something like that, there's not really a need to have a fullback. If you're like the Rams have no need for a fullback because they go 3 wide, sometimes 4 wide, almost every play. The Cardinals are the same way, you know. But
I
then
just
teams that
don't
play a
get
little
it,
bit more
like-
traditional,
I
like
mean-
the Niners and you know, the Ravens, and teams that play a lot more tight and run the ball and are more run heavy, then yeah, they implement the fullback because it's a weapon. And Juszczyk more than just a fullback.
I'm gonna go back real quick to the comment that you made about Harbaugh and those decisions. Wouldn't you think that, like, I know the fan base has thought it, like, they're kind of sick of those calls and maybe like be calling for his head. No, they just were talking contract extensions with him.
Yeah, no.
Well,
I didn't really mean that.
And the
I was
defensive
just-
coordinator was let go, wasn't he?
Yep,
yeah,
You know, because that's what lost those games.
wink.
that's
Martin.
right.
So, no, I didn't actually mean that. I was just saying, I was trying to make a joke about it. But to go a little further on your fullback, it's kind of like on the opposite side of the ball, where teams used to run 3-4-4-3, and they were always in those base packages and rarely subbed. Now they're in their nickel packages and their dime packages or dollar, whatever. They're in their sub packages a whole lot more than they're in base. So a lot of times there's not even a need for a third linebacker on the field.
Not to mention why pay another guy who can do that when your tight end can pretty much do the same thing for a play.
Yeah, or an
just-
extra offensive lineman
Yeah.
I don't know, like
Trent
I mean,
Williams running somebody
Brandon,
over.
you should be in the same camp, Brandon. I mean,
No, I mean
the
I
last time the
definitely
Seahawks won a Super Bowl, we had a fullback,
correct. And he was deaf.
and he was awesome.
Yeah,
Until
he was fantastic.
Murdered people.
No, yeah, that's what I mean. Like that's even more impressive to see.
Talking about Max Strong.
No,
Derek
talking
Coleman.
about Coleman, Derek Coleman.
Oh, Derek Coleman. Yeah. Okay.
No, I personally think that they should use a fullback, but I do understand from like an organizational standpoint if they don't have to pay a guy who's really only in there so often to block and occasionally get a carry, like maybe like 20 on a season. Why do that when you can just drop one of your, either your backup or third string tight end, and he can do the same thing as long as you're practicing it and
I mean,
I don't know.
I agree to a point, but if you have a premier fullback that is exceptional at what they do, and you are a run heavy team, they're worth their weight in gold.
Yeah, I agree. I
mean, look, you got
fullback
Max Strong, beast. That dude. I mean, the name fit.
Yeah.
Michael Robinson, dude, was a beast.
Yeah,
dude. And then
49er running back,
right?
by the way, original.
I mean, these guys.
And Penn State quarterback.
I just feel like I don't know. I wish the Seahawks at least would go back to a little bit more of that traditional. Let's build up that line. Let's get a run.
I see. So when we signed Marshawn for that playoff time, right? That playoff run that we had, like the last regular season week and then the playoff run, I wish that they would have used him as a fullback and then had Carson or maybe it was Penny. I don't remember if Carson was healthy, but use him as the actual running back or a halfback. And then you have two options. You know who's getting the ball. Marshawn doesn't need like a huge run up to gain momentum. That dude just doesn't go down. So
yeah, you had needed
that.
I
he would have been happy to laugh people.
Should have played almost like we do with the split formation with Debo and whoever's on the other side, whether it's Juszczyk, Mitchell, whoever. But I know we're about to start the next segment. But just real quick, did anybody see Trent Williams blow the fuck up off the right side of the line when they sent him in motion?
No, but I do see his name on the injured list.
Yeah, he's been on it for like 3 weeks. But they sent a 350-pound man who had the highest run block or highest grade ever by PFF from any player ever. They sent him in motion, full speed, and let him just bulldoze people on the right side, and we picked up the first down because of it. But I'm telling you, if I'm a defender on the other side, because he's running at cornerbacks. If I'm a cornerback on the other side and I see this dude coming full speed at me, I'm making a business decision right there. I'm done. I'm going to the ground and letting him fall over me or something.
Yeah. Oh shit.
If you haven't seen that play, look. I would suggest looking it up. I know you're not Niners fans, but it is pretty crazy looking.
I don't know. I do like watching the your tight end get blown up.
Okay.
That's a fun play to rewatch.
I know. I like watching Dre Greenlaw hit Hollister at the goal line too.
I like watching tight ends get blown up too, if you know what I mean.
My favorite play is Willis when Adrian Peterson was dominating and he ran up the middle and Patrick Willis was a rookie and they just stonewalled each other right in the hole, right in the freaking hole.
I love getting stoned in the hole.
That's right. This is going dirty. This is getting out of hand.
We're 2 clicks away.
We are 2 clicks away.
Just one wrong click, really.
That's right. Wait a second.
One right.
Is it ever really a wrong click?
Nope.
All right, we ready?
Let's do it, man. I mean,
I don't even know where we're at. This
you're right.
is
Guys,
so-
come on. All right, fine. Good job. Nice. We're gonna go to goatee because it's goatee's turn. Guru, dude. What do we? What? How? Come on, guys.
I'm
What
so,
was that?
I'm
Let's
so
have some optimism. All right,
dude.
come
I'm so
on.
thrown off by this.
Come on, we're fine, guys. We're fine. Yes, Hollywood, you raised your hand?
yeah, is this real life? Are we?
Yeah, no, yeah, we're good. Come on.
Do you want me to take this thing away? You want me to do this?
Guys, the best thing for us is to learn
In
from
life
our
for free.
mistakes.
Is that not
What?
what you were going to say?
No.
I'm gonna mute myself.
Yep.
All right. This week on Goatee Guru's segment, we're just gonna
Going to Guru.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull this away from them before we get way off track. So I'm gonna do a real quick rundown, like we have been the last few weeks, my DFS lineup on FanDuel, and then I'm gonna just for fun, because I got inspired by a couple of Hollywood segments over the past few weeks, and well, actually over the past probably 10 weeks, and I wanted to do a little something different, a little bit more gimmicky for a fantasy lineup, and I want to see what you guys think. And I did not give any forewarning to our crew, so I'm curious to see what they think about this and what their input is. But real quick, we're gonna run down the real DFS lineup in FanDuel. So this week at the quarterback position, $6,200, I took Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm playing that not because I have high hopes for Garoppolo to put up big numbers, because I want to pay at other positions. Running backs, I took Eli Mitchell for $7,000, and I took Jerick McKinnon for $6,200. Wide receivers, this is where I went big, and this is why I had to spend a little less in other spots. Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, and Deebo Samuel, 8,100, 8,000, 8,400, respectively. Tight end, Travis Kelce, 7,700. In my flex, I couldn't pick a stud here, or even kind of a mid-tier player. So I'm kind of just hoping for a maybe vulture touchdown from Samaje Perine. I got him at 4,700. And then at defense, I took Kansas City, 3,700, leaving me with zero salary remaining. Garoppolo, Mitchell, McKinnon, Hill, Chase, Samuel, Kelce, Perine, and the Chiefs. That is my lineup this week, and I hope you guys like it. And if you do, throw it in, see if we can win some money together. So this brings me to the part that I really wanted to talk about. I did my celebrity fantasy dream team for fantasy football. Now, I will say, first of all, it is celebrities that do not play sports or professional sports. And I also somewhat took age into account. Okay. So if you hear or don't hear some names that make you question yourself or question the list, that's why. That's part of it. So I did it as far as like I would be drafting the team. So I'm going to start right in round one. Round one, you're trying to get your horse. You're trying to get that guy that's going to carry you all season long. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I'm playing him at my running back position. And the
Chris
reason
Hemsworth.
no, but listen, hear me out. You'll
I thought you
see
said
that
no
people-
professional athletes.
He's not a professional athlete in a non-scripted profession.
No, sorry, your list is
So-
canceled. It's done. It's
I don't
disqualified.
know.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I know he did play college football.
Miami.
I need to start my team out with some star power. That's what I'm trying to do. I want to get a fan favorite that I know is going to deliver numbers, because we know he brings in viewers, and he always does pretty well in the box office. So I'm bringing in somebody I know I can rely on. He shined at every step of his career, and he'll carry my workload for my team. Okay. So I'm starting off. I got the Rock at running back. I'm feeling good. Going into round 2, I'm looking for something that's a little bit. He's a little versatile. I'm looking for somebody that's a crowd pleaser, but also is going to put up numbers. He's consistent. And I went with Johnny Depp at wide receiver. So I'm looking for versatility, and you're not going to find many celebrities with more versatility than Johnny Depp. So,
Tom Hanks.
yes,
Real
but
quick.
again, I'm looking. I know they're close to the same age, and I actually never even thought of Tom Hanks. He would be a good choice as well. Sorry, go ahead, Hollywood.
I just because I'm writing down names and stuff, right? So you mentioned Dwayne the Rock Johnson as your first pick
Yes,
at running back,
yes.
but then you mentioned box office and money draw and stuff like that. So what's the criteria here? Are we looking for guys that can actually, or
Well-
girls that can actually play these positions, and like if they were to actually play the game,
Nope.
or are we talking like an all-star team to bring in dollars at the box office?
Not necessarily either. The position I put them at is based on what I want them to do for my team. Your running back is usually your workhorse, right? Dwayne the Rock Johnson seems to be in freaking everything, and he's consistent. He's always going to bring in a decent show. It might not be stellar box office numbers every time, but he's consistent, and you know what you're going to get with him. You know what I mean? So that's why I went with him. He's a steady horse at the top. Johnny Depp, versatile. I put him at receiver mostly because there's another running back that I want later on. And he's just, like I said, he can fill a lot of roles for me, and I know what I'm going to get with him. He's done well in all those roles. Round 3, and I put this guy at tight end, and I'll tell you the name here in a minute, but the reason I put tight end is this is the type of guy you need that can carry your team even without a star-powered supporting cast. You want your tight end to be the rock of your team. You want him to be the one you can just rely on every week. You don't have to go searching the waiver wire every week for a new tight end. And he's rarely going to let you down. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Hold up. You just said you want him to be the rock of your team. Why would you not pick the Rock?
I know. I understand what you're saying.
Thank
I knew somebody was going to say that.
The
when
Rock.
I knew somebody was going to say it, but I challenge you to tell me a Leonardo DiCaprio movie that busted.
No,
Wouldn't you want him as your
Beach.
running back?
Leo DiCaprio. No, I want him at my tight end because I want to be able to put him in that spot and never have to worry about him unless he's on a bye. Tight ends, as we know, especially this year, tight ends, it's a little thin. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So you want your tight end to just be reliable, and there's not many celebrities more reliable than Leo DiCaprio. He's going to deliver a good performance each time he goes on the field.
Tom Hanks.
Round 4. This, if I was drafting, this would be early when you look at the amount of celebrities that are out there that you could choose. But I'm taking this guy because, again, like The Rock, he is in everything. Freaking everything. And I know you're probably thinking Nick Cage, but no, that's not who I'm thinking. I'm going with younger James Franco. James Franco is in every goddamn thing. So, not only that, he's an extremely intelligent person and has like 6 degrees.
He's
But
canceled.
I don't care about his politics and all that stuff. I don't care
Dave
about all that.
Franco.
So
And with his next pick, he takes Jeffrey Epstein.
no. But I want a running back that's going to get opportunities, and James Franco gets all the opportunities, or did get all the opportunities because he was never fucking everything. So I'm taking him there because he's a workhorse, right? I didn't put him on my list, but another one that could be put in that category as well is Joseph Gordon-Levitt. So if we want to do that, we want to swap out James Franco for his misunderstandings. Then we'll put Joseph Gordon-Levitt in there.
I would have thought more like a Jake Gyllenhaal. feel like he's
Jake
in it.
Jake Gyllenhaal was no.
I feel like he's in it.
Yeah. I was in the Marines. Jarhead. Didn't really care for that movie. But anyway, round 5. Now, this guy would go way before James Franco in a real draft. But wide receiver position, I'm taking him because he slipped a little bit in the draft. Had some passed off the field issues that, you know, people were a little nervous about. They didn't want to take him too high because of it. But he's resurrected his career with some huge performances. And he's got a star role on one of the most prominent lineups in recent history, if not ever. Robert Downey Jr. He's really turned it around. He is you know, a box office stud anymore, and I'm rolling with it. So now I'm going into round 6. I don't have a quarterback yet. I need a leader. I need someone who isn't afraid of the spotlight. I need the kind of guy who can put on a show, maybe even the greatest show. Hugh Jackman at quarterback. And there's a reason for this. Hugh Jackman not only is one of the most popular actors right now in all of acting, dead serious. He is. So he's great. He does really well in his roles. He's versatile. He's a good leader. He has his own business. He sells alcohol, which is fantastic, phenomenal. And it doesn't hurt that he's 6'3" as well. So I want my quarterback to see over my line, and be able to make those throws. And Hugh Jackman looks like he could probably throw a football pretty good. He's in pretty good shape. Plus, if anybody steps up to him, he's just gonna slice him up with his freaking claws. Nice.
That's good. That's good.
Round 7 in my flex position. Could have went a lot of ways here, but I went with this guy because from where he started to where he is now, extremely versatile. He has done a lot, and it's all comedy related, but he's done a lot of things across all sorts of platforms. Kevin Hart. You want somebody in your flex, that's your guy. He does everything. You know what I mean? So he's always working. That guy never stops working. You see him everywhere. You look on TV, in social media, in magazine, anything. You see him everywhere. But he's shown that he's versatile and he's talented in a multitude of different areas. And with your flex position, that's going to keep you involved in the game regardless of the situation. You know, if it's a blowout, if it's a tight game, that versatility is going to keep you involved. And in the last position, because I didn't take a defense, I didn't really know how to do a defense as far as celebrity. I'd have to take like a group, I guess.
I did.
Okay, I'm curious to hear that because I'll see what you chose. So in round 8, I'm going with my kicker. You want your kicker to be somebody that's charismatic. You want your kicker to be somebody that's reliable. You want them they're not going to choke under pressure. You know, they almost have no fear. They're almost arrogant in a way because you want your kicker to think that they're the best thing going. They're not going to miss, right? So tell me who else fits that mold better than Ryan Reynolds? Ryan Reynolds, I mean, the guy I don't think he has a freaking fear, and he acts like he is just God's gift to earth on set. I think off set, he's probably a pretty cool dude, but and I'm a fan of him, big fan of him. Plus, Ryan Reynolds is in really good shape. He looks like he could probably kick a ball 50, 60 yards if he really wanted to. Don't know if it'd go straight, but I think he could. So that's my lineup, guys. I just thought it was something kind of fun to do. I did that pretty quick and off the cuff, so I'm sure I missed some names like Tom Hanks and things like that. But just thought it was something new. And I see Hollywood over there getting ready. He's grinning a little bit. So
Yeah.
what you got for me?
Before Hollywood, I just can you starting Starting at center, Amy Schumer, because she's like a fucking truck.
'Cause she's got a badonkadonk.
She is blocking the hole.
She is just get out of the way, you know? Jesus.
Oh
Yeah, well,
my God.
That's yeah. Okay.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead, Hollywood. That's all I wanted to
You
say.
would have told me that in the span of our podcast that the name Amy Schumer would ever come up. I would have been like, nah, you're fucking stupid.
Yeah, but that was
Oh.
actually like that was actually had some type of comedy related to her name.
So,
the only
the
bit
other
of
thing-
comedy that's ever come out of her.
So go ahead, Hollywood, and then before
All right.
before we wrap up the segment, I just want to say one more thing real quick.
Plenty
So
is
I'm,
coming out
I'm,
of
I'm
her.
interested to get your take on this when I'm done because I don't know that I understood the assignment. I still don't have any clue what's happening. So I'm not. I'm going to just give you the positions. I'm not going to give you the round order because I don't. So my number one running back, my workhorse, Ryan Reynolds, dude.
Yeah.
That's the guy that you want lead. You know, just
Yeah.
get it to him, and he's good.
Again, recently everything that he's in has been pretty good too. So.
And I think you're probably thinking along the same lines as I take him as my kicker. I know
Right.
I know it's going to be a special player at that
Right.
position.
So quarterback. So I kind of thought about this a little bit, and you know, that I want that young guy coming in, leading my team. I'm building around this guy, right? Tom Holland. This dude is Spider-Man. He's young. The dude's in some hit movies, and the dude can act. I mean, he's British. They can act. That's just what they do.
So and I agree. I think that's a good pick for what you're doing right there. I was doing it from a fantasy standpoint, and that's why I went with Hugh Jackman, because Hugh Jackman's going to get those big lead roles, whereas Tom's going to have some time where he's still young. He's going to miss out on some of them, but over time he'll probably be a stud, like you said.
I don't know. Spider-Man seems like a pretty big leading role.
Yeah, well,
But that's
Spider-Man's
just
been
me.
remade
That's
like
just me.
476 times.
You know, definitely won the box office, right? If go back to the spreadsheet.
Yes, you're right.
that I
You're
went
right.
for.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
Wide receiver. So my first I picked two wide receivers. My first one off the board, Kevin Hart. And I went with Kevin Hart because for your wide receiver, you want that speedy one guy. Like that's what they do, right? They quick. Tyreek Hill. Well, that's Kevin Hart. He's not really playing those serious roles. He's comedy. That's his lane. Stay in your lane.
He's smaller than Darren Sproles.
Right. My tight end, okay? To me, right, like you kind of mentioned this, you're rock. You're that solid guy that, if you need him to block, yep. If you need him to catch, yep. Liam Neeson. That
Okay.
dude, you put him in there and he's going to do if he's got to go hunt some people down that stole your daughter, he's in. If he's got to fight some wolves, he's in. He
Yep.
doesn't give a shit. My flex. So again, I can put this guy anywhere and he's going to do it all. Bradley Cooper. Versatile.
Okay. Yeah, I
Right?
didn't really think of him. That's a good pick.
Yeah. Dude's singing, the dude's acting, he's writing, directing, doesn't matter. And my defense. So here, well, real quick, because I'll save that one for last. I have my other running back, Chris Pratt. And then my kicker,
I feel like he could really be a running back.
right? My kicker, you really sold me on this one. Old reliable, right? I'm thinking any movie, if I put this one in, it's instant classic and it's
Leo.
going to nail, right? Zombieland, not the best
Oh,
of
no.
movies, but there's one guy in it that you put him in that movie and it's perfect, right? In the clutch. Bill fucking Murray. That's my kicker.
Oh, that is okay. That is not who I thought you were going to go with.
Bill fucking Murray. If you put him in there, that's a W right there.
I will be honest. That is not who I thought you were going to go with. I'm totally blanking on the other actor in that, the bald guy, older, been in everything. Was in Cheers. Was in what's
and Catch Me If You or not Catch Me. Now You See Me.
No,
Yeah,
that's Jesse
yes.
Eisenberg.
No. Well, he's in that too, but
Oh shit, yeah, he's Woody Harrelson's in there.
Woody
Woody
Harrelson.
Harrelson.
Yep, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
That's
you have to go
what I
with
thought you were gonna
no,
say
no,
with
no.
Woody.
You have to go with Woody Harrelson though too, because he played in all those Hunger Games movies too. That man has made a killing.
No,
I
Bill
think
Murray.
I think
Well,
I
no,
mean,
I get
Bill-
Bill, I know I get Bill Murray, but I'm saying Woody's got to be. He's got to be in there.
Oh,
but
yeah,
he's but Hollywood's kind of going off the that draw, you know,
Right.
what and Bill Murray, I love Woody Harrelson, but Bill Murray over the years has had his audience is huge.
right. So the
talking draft.
last one, the defense, right? So this one, like you said, was kind of a tough one to do, but so to me, like this has got to be the strong part because it's the whole defense. It's they're going in, making the stop, saving the game if they need to. So this is that one person in the movie. That is your focus. If this guy is in the movie, that is your main focus. Doesn't matter anybody else is in the movie. And Gangs of New York is a perfect example. Yes, Leo DiCaprio was in that movie, but that is not the best part of that movie. Yes, what the hell's her name? She was in it too. Not the main Cameron Diaz. Not the main focus. You know who the main focus is? Daniel Day-Lewis. You put that man in a movie,
Okay.
and all of a sudden, that is who you're drawn to. That is your defense right there because he just plows through everything and just takes over. So that's my list.
I like that. So the only thing I was gonna say, actually, there's two things. One, if I was gonna grab a head coach, which you don't do for fantasy, but if we were doing it based kind of on the way that you were talking for a head coach, I think there's a lot of good options, but it's tough to outdo Steven Spielberg. I think if I'm taking
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood would be a good option, but
off my lawn.
I feel like he'd be the Bill Belichick of the celebrity world, coaching. But no, I think I would probably lean towards Spielberg, but that's
Feige.
just me.
Kevin Feige.
Okay,
I
but
got one. I got a full squad here, and I don't know what you guys were going off of, so I went off of what I thought was athleticism.
oh, okay.
And I wasn't
That's
listening to
okay. We're
anything
getting them
you
from
said,
different
so.
standpoint, and that's why I didn't tell you guys ahead of time because I wanted to see how you
So like
reacted to
I
it.
have an offensive line, defensive line. I got it all. All right. So
I've got a 52-man roster.
I got, no, but so here we go. I went with two receivers in this one. Okay, so I didn't add the third receiver, but I got quarterback Adam Sandler, longest yard. He proved it. There you go. Running back. I ended up changing it after
You say
Hollywood.
Nelly, I swear
Nelly.
to
I was gonna say Nelly.
Did you say Nelly?
No.
Nelly, he proved it. No.
No, I had a different guy, but I ended up changing him to a different position after you mentioned this guy's name. So Tom Holland. That's brilliant.
What
That
about
dude-
Brucey? Shouldn't
He
eat that
ate too much
popcorn.
popcorn. Wide receiver, Zach Efron. That dude is freakishly
Yeah.
athletic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I agree. I like this
Gary
list
Cooper
because
Covers.
I wish I had done one like this. I was doing it off a completely different mindset, but this
Right?
is cool. This is
Other
cool.
wide receiver, a little bit older, but he does his own stunts. Tom Cruise. I don't really like him as an actor,
short
though.
though.
So is Tyler Lockett. What are you trying to say?
He's 5'10".
That's short.
Taller than I am, I guess. Anyway,
Tyreek's like 5'10" as well. So
tight end, I put Bradley Cooper, just a big body. Feel like I don't know how athletic he is, but I feel like he can catch a football.
so
you know?
Dude,
So
in
actually,
Wedding Crashers,
Hollywood had
he
Chris-
lit Vince Vaughn up.
Hollywood had Chris Pratt
He
at
did.
Hollywood had Chris Pratt at running back, I believe it was. But I feel like Chris Pratt could be a good tight end.
Chris Pratt could be a good one. Yeah, I didn't even think of him actually. Left tackle John Goodman.
Oof,
Nice.
oof,
Left guard Kevin James.
nice.
Yeah. I was waiting on that one.
My center is Melissa McCarthy.
Jesus.
I like that one.
Yeah. She's super
Could you hear her
athletic,
calling
too.
out?
Like that
Making the
girl.
calls.
Yeah, she's an athlete.
she is. That's what I mean. Like
She is literally, and I've said this actually for a couple of years now. She is the female version of Kevin James. Seriously. Because Kevin
Yeah.
James is an athletic guy, and she's athletic.
Yep.
And I feel like their personalities are pretty much the same too.
I know. I
So-
felt good. I put them side by side. Now that I think about my right guard, it may not be as good because he lost a lot of weight. But Jonah Hill,
I think he put it back on though, didn't he?
Put it back
I
on.
was gonna
Did
say,
he?
I think he put it back on.
Yeah, but that
And
dude's too high to really kind of be motivated.
Plenty.
point.
Yeah.
Good point.
you're really gonna hate my inside lineman. My my defensive tackle.
Willie Nelson?
Oh, God.
But my right tackle is James Corden,
Okay.
and then
Cupcake.
He can move a little bit.
so my defensive end, one's a bit weaker than the other. So I'll give you my weaker one first. It's Paul Rudd. I think he's gonna get tossed around, but he's quick. I think he can do that elusive move there. And then
He's
my
he's
other
not
one-
strong for the Ant-Man.
I think he's got to beef up a little bit.
He is.
more.
He is.
Well-
Yeah, I think he's got to get a little bit stronger upper body there. But my other
don't-
one is Matthew
What about Terry
McConaughey.
Crews? You think about Terry Crews?
I did not think about Terry Crews. That would have been a good one.
Because Terry Crews would just be a monster on the D line, I think.
He
Oh,
would
by the
be.
way, he used to play football.
But I went with Matthew McConaughey at the other defensive end.
He just
Small-
talked James
small
Corden into
defensive
letting
ends
him
there.
by. In practice, he's probably talking to James Corden like, "Hey, man,
Yeah, they're small, they're speedy, and I think they can get off the edge quick. You know what I mean? But
You gonna
in the
let me get
middle,
to the
I
quarterback?
have Chris Hemsworth in the middle. I think that's my rushing defensive tackle, and then my dude just to fill up the hole and gobble up some runs because he's got the munchies. Seth Rogen.
that's your zero. That's your zero technique."
Could you imagine getting tackled by him and you just hear or whatever the
You
fuck is
realize he's got to eat up.
Yeah.
He's got to eat up blocks and try to take on two blockers at once. I
So
mean,
him and Jonah
you
Hill.
just got to put him.
missed
You got to get him
game
on the
because
right.
They're both in the stands looking for the nachos.
Yeah, you just got to get
Yeah,
Seth Rogen
high
on
as
the right
shit.
stuff, and he'll take on 4 blocks. It doesn't matter.
My 3 linebackers, you can put them wherever you want. Vin Diesel, The Rock, John Cena.
So, but The Rock was a D lineman.
All right, I feel like he's athletic enough to drop.
I think-
to a
I think
linebacker.
if you swapped him and Paul Rudd, because I think Paul Rudd's more of a linebacker. Do you agree with that?
Like an outside linebacker, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Cornerback, maybe a little short, but I went with Dave Franco because James probably going to be in jail at some point.
He's the Josh Gordon of the.
And then I don't know how familiar you guys are, but Max Greenfield, he played Schmidt on New
Yeah.
Girl.
He's
Yeah.
in good shape.
He's my other corner.
He can run too.
And then I
He's
put
my
my 2
Favorite part of
safeties
the show.
as Woody Harrelson and Kevin Hart. So they're shorter, but they're fast and they can cover the field.
I bet you Kevin could lay a hit because he's pretty.
He's
pretty solid for a
strong.
little dude.
Yeah. That's what I got. man.
Shot
I got a kicker, and it's Rob Schneider, but I don't think he's good.
Plus, tell
No,
me.
he can do it.
Plus, tell
Yeah.
me how
He
fun
can
it would
do
be
it.
if you're playing on that team. How fun it would be if Kevin Hart lays somebody out over the middle of the field, because that wouldn't even be the best part. It'd be everything he says to him after. That would be the
Like
best
the
part.
Earl, he's like the Earl Thomas, just flying
Yeah.
around.
Whatever he says as trash talk after is what's going to be funny.
Well, that or like his pumped up scream, like boom.
You gonna learn today?
Yeah, that's right. Y'all go night. Like, oh god.
So yeah, that's my squad. I didn't come up with a punter. I didn't have time.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's
good.
what I was hoping for. I wanted you guys to kind of adopt your own styles to it. And if you like this part of the segment, you like, getting a little bit, off the serious nature of football and more into the gimmicky side, I'm more than open to different ideas as far as making future lists. If you wanted to do politicians or friggin' adult film stars or whatever, it doesn't matter. We're open to it, and I think it'd be fun. So that's all I've got. Send it back to you, Josh.
All right. Well, hey, we are getting into that time to itch that scratch and scratch that itch and get, whoever goes to bed with the itchy butt wakes up with the smelly finger.
Josh, I told you to start using the ointment, and that will go away.
actually have grown to like the smell.
Okay.
Speaking of that, there was a player named Ben Gay.
True. That's right. Well, that's right. Yeah, he's brought up. Yeah. But anyways, let's get to the betting side of this. I'm looking at my bets that I have today. Not good. So I need some advice from you, Brandon Lee. Can you please help me win some money back?
Yeah, you need a lot of advice, buddy.
Okay.
But so I there's only 2 games, right? And I did say at the beginning of the postseason that I was going to bet on each game, but I also found a prop bet that I really like, and I'm willing to go in with the rest of you for if you're in on this.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Let me
Yes.
just give you the odds
Don't even
first.
tell me. Don't even tell me.
It's the last bet that I'm going to bring up, but I'm going to tell you the odds. It's plus 1,200. Anyway, so for the first bet, I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals at +7. Now, I did pick them to win. That is a little bit with my heart. I still think that they're very capable of it. And I do think that this spread is far too high because I do think this is going to be a competitive game. I could see this one being another high-scoring kind of, gunslinging game, and I don't think Kansas City is going to have the energy to do it 2 weeks in a row. So if you don't feel good with the spread, I would look at the over-under, but that's at 54.5, and that to me is a little hefty, even for a high-scoring game. I mean, that's got to be. Each team has to put up at least 27. So, I don't see both offenses putting up that amount of points, right? I know that Kansas City, Buffalo, that one was well over 60, but I don't see both offenses putting up that kind of points, especially 2 weeks in a row for Kansas City. I think your safest option is to take the spread at +7. I think it's not going to be a super high payout, but that it's more of a guarantee than anything else in this game. And Burrow's playing with confidence, and he's just not scared of any team that he plays. So I like Cincy this week, and I like Cincy with the spread. If you're really feeling risky, I say take the money line because I think they beat Kansas City. Second bet. This one I actually did a lot of research on this morning because this is the only time I looked at it, actually, because I just don't want to think about this game at all because I hate both teams with a burning passion. And I'm going to say it's incredibly difficult to beat the same team 3 times in the same season. But I think the 49ers are going to do it. Now, I'm going to take them at +3.5. So they're allowed to lose by 3. I don't think they will. So the first time these two teams matched up, the Niners won 31-10, dominated the stat sheet. Jimmy Garoppolo did not throw an interception, did not have a turnover in that game. Matt Stafford had 2. Okay. Jimmy Garoppolo threw for over 360 yards. Matt Stafford threw for 220. Offensive side, like if you're looking at the team stats, San Francisco had 380 total yards, and the Rams didn't even break 220 total yards on that. So they dominated the stat sheet on that one. Then they played the second time. The 49ers won in overtime by a field goal, 27-24. In that one, they dominated the stat sheet again. This time, the Niners had 400 total yards, above 400 total yards, 450 actually, and Rams did not get over 260. So that's 2 games that I have seen where the Rams have not scored over 260 yards, or have not put over 260 yards in a game, total offense. Not to mention, again, Stafford had 2 interceptions. This time, Jimmy Garoppolo had 2. But and in the Rams' defense, the only reason they were in that game is because Jimmy Garoppolo had a poor performance in that game. So, I mean, that kind of leads me to my next thing, and where my nerves come into play here is I don't believe in either quarterback. And when it comes down to the big moments, Jimmy Garoppolo has not shown me anything. It seems like every time I watch him, he either chokes when it comes down to him or somebody bails him out. And Matt Stafford in the fourth quarter on a last-minute drive, yes, but throughout a full game, no. And he's never made it to a Super Bowl, right? He's never really actually had a great postseason career, and really still isn't. So I don't know. I see this one's going to come down to the defenses. Who's the hotter defense? San Francisco right now. You got the Rams, they're playing well, and they paid everybody that's in the league, any veteran that made a name for themselves, but they don't really play together very well, honestly. And as long as Trent Williams is healthy, then that takes away one of your big pass rushers, and now you only have to worry about one instead of two, right? So I'm looking at the hotter defense. San Francisco's the hotter defense. I think it's going to come down to which defense has more turnovers. And to me, I think that's going to be the 49ers. So 49ers take this game, in my opinion, but if they don't, take the spread at 3.5 and get that payout. That brings me to the prop bet. So I'm like really excited about this prop bet. It is a plus 1,200. Odds aren't great, but the more you think about it, the more it's like, yeah, this shouldn't be that high of odds. Okay, so it's any non-quarterback to throw a passing touchdown over this weekend. Now let's think about this, right? And just any non-quarterback. It can be anybody who's not a quarterback. Deebo Samuel already has a passing touchdown this year. Odell Beckham has passed twice this season. Tyler Boyd has completed a 46-yard pass. Cooper Kupp has an attempted pass. Tommy Townsend has a 16-yard pass on a fake punt. So there's fake punts. We all know about the Philly special, right? There's trick plays that come out in the postseason. That is a player who I just said, that is a player from all four of the teams that remain that have actually had a passing attempt or completion in this season alone.
I think
I think the odds are pretty high.
I think the Rams punter has thrown like 10 or 12 passes in his career, hasn't he? Johnny Hecker?
He has, yeah, and he's been successful too.
Is it a touchdown or is it complete?
It is a passing touchdown, but what I'm saying is that there are options, right? Because, like I said, Deebo already has a passing touchdown. Odell and Cooper Kupp have a combined 3 passing attempts. None of them completed, but then again, should have been completed, actually, if you look at the play. Tyler Boyd completed a 46-yard pass. Would have been a touchdown if the receiver didn't stumble. And then Tommy Townsend on a fake punt for first down converted a 16-yard pass. So the option of fake punt, the option of the Philly special where the quarterback rolls out, who's athletic enough to catch it? Pat Mahomes, right? So why not a little thing where it's a wildcat or a direct snap, Tyreek Hill, something like that.
I don't know if I didn't hear you say him, but Travis Kelce, I think, threw for a touchdown this year too.
I didn't see his name when I was looking, but maybe.
I'm pretty certain he did. Yep.
Yeah, because they talked about it in the game.
Yeah, because it was one of those like inside handoffs to him where, or no, I take it. It was a direct snap where he usually just runs up the middle, but instead he kind of just jumped over and threw it up.
Yeah, I mean,
because didn't they try it against the Bills?
That makes sense. He's a big dumb idiot, so he'd do something like that.
So when you said you had a great prop bet, Brandon, I Venmoed you money. If you could actually just go ahead and shoot that back to me, that'd be great.
You don't like it, huh? You don't like it.
I think my personal thought is Deebo, right? I think Deebo is a good opportunity. If it doesn't happen with Deebo, then I get a little bit more nervous.
So Deebo's touchdown that he threw was actually, I believe, week 18 against the Rams. So it wasn't very long ago when he did it.
Right. Well,
for me, I'm gonna look at the teams who have done this the most in the past, and to me, that's the Rams. They have two guys who can sling the ball downfield, have good arms, and are fairly accurate in Beckham and Cooper. And I'm going to look at the Bengals. They don't do it often. Who's going to expect it? But Tyler Boyd already has one, so why not? Right? I don't know. I think it's a.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to throw
take a
10
low
bucks.
risk if you want. It's not that much, but it's a low
I may
risk.
be
high reward.
confusing. I may be confusing him with somebody else, but I think Jamar Chase was a quarterback in high school.
Oh,
think.
maybe.
What is there? I might be confusing him with somebody else, but there was a quarterback in high school that is a stud wide receiver right now.
You're thinking of Dick Feltz.
Yeah, right.
No, but this is the time of year where trick plays really come into play, and
That's interesting.
I think you take it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like that. I mean, hey, throw 10 bucks on it, right? Whatever.
That's what I mean. It's a low risk, high reward. I think.
Yeah, I like it. Boys, so that's gonna do it for this week's YouTube only edition of the Fantasizers podcast. It was new. It was not planned, and it was I don't know, not a shit show. It was just unorganized. And that's us. That's us, guys. Okay. So everybody stop looking down. Everybody.
Wait, are you saying I was unplanned? Because I
Yes.
have been told that before.
Absolutely.
You were just a surprise, darling.
Yeah. Well, all right. Now, hey, great week, boys. Let's have another great week of football. Let's go Rams.
Let's go Niners.
Let's go Cincy.
Go Bengals.
Let's go
Cincy.
Bengals. And let's go make some money, right? Let's go make some money. We'll catch you all next week, hopefully on the podcast as well. And we'll see you then.
Adios.